Welcome, amazing one, and let's solve this tricky equation together. Now, when you look at this, or when you have this kind of equation, what do? Let me take you through it step by step. Now, quickly remember, for every a to the power of m multiplied by this, it's always a to the power of m at n. So multiplication adds the powers. Now, you notice that these are all multiplying. And for every a, it's always the same as a to the power of 1. So working this out, we are going to have, so this gives us k to the power of 1 multiply k to the power of 1 multiply this minus k to the power of 1 multiply is equal to 100. So in that case, apply this here. We are going to have k, add this up, 1 add 1 gives us 3, minus add this, it gives us 2. So this is what we have, equal to 100. Now what we do next is to subtract 100 from both sides. So if you do that, we are going to have k cubed minus k squared. This becomes minus 100. And when you subtract it, it becomes 0. So this is what we have. You see that this is your cubic equation because the highest power of k is 3. Now, what do you do to this equation? We are going to first get one of the factors or one of the zeros of this equation, then use our synthetic division method to get the remaining zeros. Let's do that together to have. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you very much for always choosing to learn through us. If you're still new, why not subscribe for the more tips you will get from us? And make sure your notification bell is on because we have updates for you every day. And if you love what we do, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and share. So from here we have, let's get factors of this 100 and then try which of these factors can we substitute to make this to be equal to 0. And you know that for each time you have 100, the factors are, for 100, you're going to have, you're having positive and negative 1, positive and negative 2, positive and negative 5, and then the rest of them. So we're going to try for each of these to see the one that will make this to be equal to 0. So if we try for when k, let's say k is equal to 1, so we have 1 cubed minus 1 squared. You see that this is not minus 100. You see that this will give us 1 minus 1 minus 100, and is not equal to 0. You can also check for when k is negative 1. You see that it will still not be equal to 0 because this number is larger. Now, what do? Let's check for when k is 2. So we are going to have 2 cubed minus 2 squared minus 100. This will give us 8 minus 4 minus 100. This is also not close to 0. You can also check for negative 2. You see that because this is larger, if you check for negative 2, it will still not give us 0. Now let's check for when k is 5. So for when k is 5, let's try. So we are going to have 5 cubed minus 5 squared minus 100. So let's simplify. This will give us 125. This will give us 25 minus 100. If you subtract this, it gives you 100. 100 subtract 100 is equal to 0. So because it's giving us 0, it means that k being 5 is one of the zeros or solutions of this equation. Now we are going to use this value of k as 5. Using our synthetic division method, we are going to get the remaining solutions of this equation. Let's do that to have. So by synthetic division method, just draw your bar, your division bar. Now the coefficients are what you write in here, but we are going to adjust this. You know, something is missing here. The actual thing is k cubed minus k squared. There should be a value for k. So because there is no value for k, we are going to have it as 0k, just for you to easily work with this method. Then you bring down the constant, which is 100, equal to 0. So this is what we have. Now we're going to put in the coefficients here. So if you do that, the first here is 1. The next one, this is negative 1. Coefficient of this is 0, and the constant term is negative 100. Now, what you write here is what you are using for your division, which is one of the solutions you have gotten. So we're going to use this to now work this out. So what to do is to bring down this first coefficient. So bring it down. You have 1. The method is multiply and then add. So 5 will multiply 1. It gives us 5. So you write it under this. Then add this together. This add this gives us 4. Repeat it again. 5 times 4 gives us 20. You write it here. Add this, it gives you 20. Then multiply, repeat. This times this is 100. Then add this, you see it gives you 0. This shows you that what you have as k being 5 is a true solution of this equation. So what do we do now? Remember that from when you divide a cubic by a linear, this is linear because k is 5, it means that k minus 5 is a factor. So whenever you divide a cubic by a linear, it reduces to quadratic. So it means that this is k squared, this one has k, and this is that constant term. So let's work this out to have multiply this and this, it's giving us k squared. Multiply this and this, it gives us 4k. Then this is the constant term, 20, and everything is equal to 0. So at this point, this has led to quadratic, so you can use your formula method. Remember that our k is negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. And always your a is the coefficient of your k squared, so our a is 1. Our b is the coefficient of k, which is 4, and your c is the constant term, which is 20. So let's plug this into this formula to have our k is equal to negative 4 plus or minus square root of, this will give us 4 squared minus 4 multiplies, our a is 1, then multiplies by 20 divided by 2 times 1. So we have k is negative 4 plus or minus square root. Square this, it gives you 16. Multiply this, it gives you negative 80 divided by, this will give us 2. So we have k is negative 4 plus or minus square root. If you subtract this, is negative 64 divided by 2. Now this is also the same as k is equal to negative 4 plus or minus, this is the same as root negative 1 multiplied by 64 divided by 2. Keep solving. K is equal to negative 4 plus or minus square root of, we can split this, so it gives us this multiplied by root 64 divided by 2. So we have k is equal to negative 4 plus or minus square root of negative 1 is always replaced with I, it's an imaginary unit. And this one gives us 8 and is divided by 2. So simplify more, we have, so use 2 to divide each numerator. We have k will give us negative 4 divided by 2 plus or minus 8i divided by 2. And if you do this, we have k is negative 2 plus or minus, divide this, it gives you 4i. This gives you the second and third value of k. See, if you gather the values of k together, we have it that the first k value is 5, the second k value will be negative 2 plus 4i, and then finally the third k value is negative 2 minus 4i. Now this is the real solution, it's only real and it can be found on the number line, and these ones are complex because they contain both the real and the imaginary part. So these are the 3 solutions for this particular equation, and I hope you really learned something. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and if you are still new, hit that subscription button. Make sure your notification bell is on because we have updates for you every day. If you love what you do, don't forget to share and like. I'll see you in my next videos.